14 points to 6. Can the Crusaders in red, can they close this game out in the second half? They're on this awful run of defeats, 7 in a row. Leeds and Salford have come back from half-time deficits to win here recently. Oh, and Mathers is on the way. The start of this second half. He got as far as Tansey.
Great skills, wasn't it, by the full-back there? Neat footwork. And that really has put the home side on the back foot. Tigers, of course, you talk about boxing, Eddie, tonight. Don't miss that. But the one thing about it that Terry Madison was obviously trying to tell his side, we want a little bit more oomph in this second 40 minutes.
Ryan Hudson gets the ball away to Ryan McGoldrick. He goes down on tackle number 4. Mathers break, a little bit like Shivkovsky's in the first half for the Crusaders from that end of the field. But certainly the Castleford Tigers aren't threatening the Crusaders line like Crusaders were threatening theirs on the back end of it. But here is McGoldrick. He gets the ball away. That's Ferris. Oh! And out wide from Dixon to Owen. Commentators curse, you don't threaten the line. You bet they are. And it's a try on the far side for Nick Youngquest, I beg your pardon. Nick Youngquest is the try scorer.
Well, it all came about by that wonderful break by Richard Mathers.
And Youngquest has come back to the racecourse ground where he was playing last year in the red of the Crusaders. And he has got the Castleford Tigers back in this match at the start of the second half.
This is a beautiful run by the fullback. Easily gets them near to the halfway line, and it always put the home side on the back foot. Good quick hands out part, beautiful work there, and a good offload there. Owen says, you take it. Youngquest straight into the corner. Youngquest scores the try. It was Dixon that passed the final one. Exceptional stuff. Well, what a start for the visitors, the Tigers. He would have enjoyed that, and so would the fans who have travelled over the border into Wales. Certainly not what the home side needed. Can Dixon? It's way out on the touchline there. Can he add the extras?
Successful with his kick in the first half. This is a difficult angle. Looks promising. It looks very promising. And the Tigers right back in the hunt at the start of this second half. It's exactly what Terry Matheson would have wanted.
Well, it's immediate evidence, isn't it, that they do have enough creativity with outranking chase. As McGoldrick takes the ball to the line, if they get into the right parts of the field, the Tigers will score points. Nice play from Ferris firstly, and well taken by Youngquist. Good finish.
Just the start they wanted. Nick Youngquest. He got 11 tries last year. This is only his 10th appearance of 2011, though, and you can see what an eye for the line he's got by the fact that that was his 9th try of the campaign, even though he's hardly played this year. This is Richard Owen now. But after a 7-game losing streak, maybe there's just a little bit of nerves creeping in for the Crusaders. They've been across this ground far too often this year.
The biggest problem was that they were so fired up and eager to get into the Castleford Tigers from the kickoff that 2 of them went to try to stop, and it was just tiptoed through the tulips by Richard Mathers. It's all about position this game, Eddie.
McGoldrick's kick fielded by Shivkovsky, and they surround him and they push him back a metre or 2. Reardon is waiting the dummy half.
It's important now that the Crusaders just settle themselves down. The nerves will be jangling. They've conceded an early try. Martin easily got the experience to settle things down there.
He has over 300 career appearances for this fellow on both sides of the world, and he knows all about new clubs, London Broncos, Melbourne, the New Zealand Warriors. In his career, here he is at another quote new unquote club in North Wales. Samet gets the ball away to Michael Witt. His kicking game is absolutely crucial to the Crusaders. That's a great kick. That's a fantastic kick.
That's amazing. For all the world.
Oh, that's a high shot, though. All that good work comes to naught. Jason Chan was very high.
It was a lazy right arm that goes right across, and He'd no option at Ben Thaler, the official.
What a waste of a fantastic kick.
Yeah, and look how a rugby league ball can just defy gravity at times. Bang, or did it hit? Well, ooh, interesting. To be fair, the touch judge had a good look at it. Just shows you what the problem's in discipline, Eddie. Remember the sidestep from Mathers, got them on the back foot. Now they've given away a penalty of the home side.
It was a sensational kick. It didn't touch the whitewash, obviously, otherwise the touch judge would have seen it. Another solid run to halfway. Hudson. Oh, interception! Jared Sammut! Jared Sammut has picked Castleford's pocket. Burley was hunting the inside pass, and it came from Ryan Hudson. And Jared Sammut just picked that up like taking candy off a baby. There was nobody at home, and he went straight up the other end of the field, plunked it down under the sticks.
Absolutely wonderful. The delayed pass from Ryan Hudson. He picked the pocket, did Sammut. He is a hero in these parts. Flick up, he knew he had the speed to get there. And by the time he got underneath the sticks, the crowd here were going absolutely ballistic. What a character.
Well, he got a try in the home defeat of Castleford, 30 points to 24 in Neath this time last year. 11 tries. The leading scorer now. He wasn't considered last week. He's a Maltese international. And so Shipkovsky bang in front. This to restore the 8-point advantage. He manages that. 20 points to 12. Crusaders. That should steady the nerves.
Well, what makes Jared Sammut such a good player is he's willing to put himself where the action is. He knew that if he didn't get that ball, Castleford would probably make a little half break. But what an exceptional talent this Jared Sammut has. And since his introduction from the bench, he has really lifted the Crusaders' side.
Steve O'Neill had a heart attack when he saw that again, because Sammut had the ball in one hand.
I tell you what, I reckon Houston Harris, the Crusaders coach, was feeling exactly that. When you make a break, I know it's, but you've always got to make sure you have two hands on the football. He finally got there when he reached the post.
But that's what makes him such an exciting player, Steve-O, as well.
Well, 2 tries right at the start of this second half. One on each side. Graham Beecroft, I don't suppose that was in the script.
Certainly wasn't, because the Tigers' dressing room wasn't a place to be in earshot of a Welsh Baptist churchgoer at half-time. I can tell you there were some harsh words. A bit more patience, and the patience certainly paid off when they scored that try, Castleford, right at the start of the second half. But the home side have hit back. They want to keep up the consistency that they showed in the first half and play down the other end of the field. Castleford have got a problem. Steve Snitch is on the bench with ice round. He's not going to play any further part in the game, I don't think.
Thanks, Graham. Dixon to work the ball away from his own quarter if possible.
It's important now that the Crusaders, and they've given away a silly penalty, messing around at the play the ball area when they really didn't need to do that.
Do you know, I don't know whether we'll be congratulating the Castleford players at the end of tonight, but one of the members of staff needs some congratulations. That's Kevin Till. He's responsible for the strength and fitness of the Tigers, and he'll graduate at Leeds Met University on Friday. His PhD in rugby league. It's fantastic that we've got people in the game prepared to research. His particular area was in the talent identification field, and I think he deserves a massive amount of credit. 4.5 years of study, and he will finally come to that conclusion. Now, Dr. Kevin Till from now on.
Here goes Brett Ferris. The ball gets wide, but forward to Youngquest. It's chalked off.
Well, Ferris will be furious that at the vital moment he has thrown a one-handed forward pass, and it was forward. It may look pretty, but you can see they had to reach forward to it, and great positioning by Ben Thaler.
Well, it was judged forward. There was a little smile from Brett Ferris. I don't think he believes that it was. That was good to hear the Kevin Till story. PhD in rugby league. Blimey, Steve, you didn't even leave with your school certificate in rugby league, did you?
I can't remember that far back, to be fair, Eddie.
They had school certificates in your day, didn't they?
No, I don't think so, no. Not many certificates through my career, that's for sure. But it is wonderful to see that he's worked for 4 hard years. And that could be vital, you know, that error from Ferris.
Well, Brett Ferris is probably one of the Tigers players who has a realistic chance of playing in the Four Nations at the end of the season. He has got great ability, but whether he's a back rower or a centre, he's alternating between the two. He needs to convert those chances though into points.
High, deep kick from Witt.
Oh, it's going to bounce.
It's a bounce, and it's come to Ryan O'Hara, and it's found its way to Tony Martin. What a schmozzle in the Castleford defence. It's not been given yet.
The onside, offside.
We've got to check whether all the players who were rushing forward were onside or not.
Well, there are a couple. In fact, there are 3 in front, but do they involve themselves? That is what Richard Silver was got to think about. I think you'll find that it's Richard Moore. Has he given him 10 metres? Oh,
No.
it's going to be close.
He's not giving him 10 metres, has he?
He hasn't get no.
That's the ball. Ryan O'Hara was offside, and he's the first person to touch it.
Well, Parker has gone within the 10 as far as I'm concerned.
And Ryan O'Hara's ahead of him as well, I think. Ahead of Witt with the kick.
Sorry, Richard Moore. Richard Moore is in front.
Where were the offside, Rich?
And he's got to decide whether Richard Moore has kept 10 yards and 10 metres, and I don't think he has. It should be no try.
Here comes the decision, and the try is chalked off. They were in front of the kicker. Moore was the man who was offside. He was involved as the ball bounced. He was closest to it.
You can see him on the left-hand side.
And Ryan O'Hara's right alongside him as well, and he's the guy who scored the try.
Yeah.
We're not here, that's given for Justin Harris's team.
Do you know, it's going to be interesting in the final 30 minutes. Cass obviously know how to come from behind to win games, but can Crusaders kick on and have the confidence to know how to go on and get the result? Because 8 points in front and a little play like that could have took them another 6 points clearer, which would have given Justin Harris a lot more confidence.
Well, that would have been a real bonus for the Crusaders to be that far ahead. As it is, it remains 8 points, so it's anyone's game, this.
And it's time now for the Tigers halfback, Danny Orr. He's got to make sure that he starts controlling this here.
Well, they believe that there is a chink in the Crusaders' armour down that left-hand side for Castleford. They've gone there virtually every time. Here's Ryan McGoldrick. And Mathers.
Oh, he's got the ball away. Danny Orr is offloaded.
Finds Widders, and Widders sees a hole ahead of him. That's the last tackle. Hudson. Danny Orr, he'll chip it wide. The ball is knocked back off a Castleford hand. And Ferris is taken over the whitewash on the far side by Michael Witt.
Good play by the halfback there. Not a bad option to get the ball through. You can see that Kirk Dixon got a hand to it, went backwards. Great work by the halfback.
Oh, and a knock on inside their own 20-metre area as you're watching this. As you're watching this, there's an awful mess by Crusaders. A basic error. Just watch this. Oh, Ryan O'Hara.
Took his eyes off the football. It wasn't the best pass, to be fair, by Jared Samet, but not that difficult for him to take.
Frustration for Crusaders, and apologies if a little bit of industrial language was heard on the ref's microphone. This is Hudson. He gets it away to McGoldrick. That's not the best either. That ball went backwards. They're lucky to get away with that.
Oh, there, but some of the passing has gone astray with this Tigers. They look a little bit disjointed. have to say, there's got to be a little bit more involvement with Danny Orr.
Here he is, Orr. Now it's with Jackson. Slightly pedestrian, the Tigers, at the moment. Hudson again. McGoldrick pops the ball up, and a stretch of the arm, and I think that is a try.
He'll give it.
Is.
Ben Davis.
It's a try for Ben Davis on his debut. On loan from Wigan for a month. Amazingly, he made his Wigan Super League debut against the Crusaders right here last May in a victory, 46-26. Restarting his career, kick-starting it again at the Tigers on loan. This is a good run and a great snake of the arm.
Certainly is. Ball carrying arm, made it ensure that he kept it off the ground. Did very well. Neat little offload, wasn't it? Ryan McGoldrick, two halfbacks working well on that occasion. Full credit. Ben Davis reaches out. A vital try.
They're back in it again. They're right back in this.
Well,
they're not firing on all cylinders, the Tigers, are they? And yet they're in with a sniff.
They've been overrunning the pass, and this is a vital kick from Kirk Dixon. He knows it. Can he bring it back just to a deficit of 2 points?
2 from 2 for Dixon with the boot. Inching towards 250 career goals. He's 1 away from that now. More importantly, Castleford Tigers are 2 points adrift. Crusaders 20, Castleford 18.
Psychologically, you'd have to say that the Tigers now would be in good control. There's the try scorer. A vital one indeed. It's dragged the visitors back into this game.
Only 20 years of age, Ben Davis.
It's important that this is a good kick-off as well. Oh, it's a cracker. It's a cracker. Oh, well taken.
Owen takes it from the kick-off, sends them one way, and that's a great run, but back and covering was Lloyd White. There's Arundel. Here is Widders.
Well, that's poor defence for Crusaders. The second time in this half that from the kick-off they've managed to break through.
Would you almost advocate having 2 waves of attackers, 3 men who go for the ball and a line behind them in case you don't get it, because it's a risky scenario if the ball doesn't bounce in your favour.
Mothers plays the ball quickly. Here is Darryl Clark. Gets the pass away. Last tackle here. And the kick from McGoldrick to the in-goal area. Too deep. They're very shallow, the in-goal areas here.
He did well there, didn't he, Stuart Reardon? Wasn't tempted to touch it. He realised that the possession is vital now, clinging on to a 2-point lead.
Got a shot there, sorry Steve, I got a shot there of Terry Mattison, and immediately behind him Andy Hay, who last week after the victory for the Crusaders against, for Castleford against Bradford, said that he wanted the Castleford Tigers job full-time when Terry disappears. We aren't here next week, but we come back, there's Andy Hay, we come back a week of Friday with Hull against Wigan in 3D. Big game for Hull after last night's defeat at Leeds.
What I was trying to say is that the kicking game has to be pretty good now by the Crusaders. They've got to keep this Tiger outfit. That's good defence. He's over the whitewash, and he's given a penalty. He called held. Did Ben Taylor a controversial decision?
How can he be held when he's being pushed, not dragged, pushed?
Well, he's saying that he's held because his feet are off the ground. That's what the referee, Ben Fairless, give the penalty for, Ed.
And I suppose in many ways, Ryan McGoldrick certainly at one point was pulling rather than pushing.
And do you know what? Was that clever play by Tony Martin? He knew that he was going sideways. He knew that he was going into touch, so he lifted his legs off the ground.
This match is up for the winning this. We've got 23 minutes remaining. There's only 2 points in it, and Crusaders suddenly on the front foot. Lloyd White gets it away to Michael Witt. Was that touched? Let's play on. He was about to wipe the tackle count down.
And Richard Moore lost control of it.
There was one immediate, exactly the same in the first half. He didn't give. That's what the thing that really does get coaches and players a bit upset. The slight inconsistency.
Yeah.
in the interpretation of the rules.
Well, you might call it slide. Might be a little bit more important than that if this game swings one way or the other.
Here's Hudson trying to make up for the error when he gifted Sam at the try. Struggling to his feet because he had the attention of Lee Williams.
Well, I made the point that the Crusaders, after being pegged back to just 2 points in front, that their kicking game had to be good. Now they've got to ensure that the Tigers get their kicking game going. It's a high one.
It's spiralling as well. Oh, and Tansey lost the ball backwards. Oh, well, he managed to get out of jail then, courtesy of Reardon.
Good work in the end, though, that Reardon put himself into a position to give himself a chance, Jordan Tansey. Came up with the error, but at least he went backwards, and wonderful positioning there.
Here goes Tony Martin now. Cut down by Richard Mathers.
Should be a penalty. He's not given it. He's allowed the advantage. I'm not so sure it was.
No, he just said no. I think they were appealing the Crusaders players for a penalty. He just said no, the referee. Here's Moore.
Well, one of few of the Crusaders players arguing with the official. He'll give you no favours if you do that.
Lincoln Withers chip over the top.
Brilliant chip. Brilliant chip.
Well, that one did hit the line.
Yeah. This is superb. Okay. It just hit the whitewash.
There's a knock on by anyway. I tell you what, that wasn't so far off the other one, was it?
No, did the Crusaders take that out of play then? Because Reardon was off the field here as he touches the ball. Now, unless you're saying that one, it's already touched the line. If you allow it to roll on, I don't see his flag go up. I know it's hidden there. His flag hasn't gone up at that stage. Now, the Crusaders have taken that out of play.
Yes, and the touch judge then did lift his flag, to be fair to him.
Either way, the Tigers have got possession. Can the Crusaders hold them, prevent them? Because if you can get in the opposition half, that's where the kicking game is so vital. Means you've got to trail the ball back 40, 50 metres. It really is like a game of chess, isn't it?
Parker gets them to halfway. He had Lloyd White on his back. Clark, oh, good ball. And Hudson has got one either side of him. Oh, and Darrell Clark couldn't take it in.
That was a gift. Hudson's break, he cannot believe it.
Players either side on this.
Yeah, but he's looking for the hooker. And he has bombed it. Good position. Just couldn't take it.
Time's off.
Ryan Hudson could not believe it.
Well, that was a chance for them to get back in the lead again.
Oh, mate, that's no good. You've got to get your head in. Come on, form it properly. Save you, Richie Mathers. Better. Out.
The Crusaders won in Cardiff, 42-12 against Salford. Then they lost 6 in a row. They beat Salford again, Huddersfield and Wakefield. 7 defeats in a row since. But with their noses just in front here, and with a very important 19 minutes remaining.
Certainly is. We've gone into the final quarter, and I think they realise that if they can just get over for another try, they then can play the field position game, try to hold on to that possession. Oh, he's just lost control of it there, as Lloyd White. That is crucial. That should have been ready for the kick downfield.
He just took his eye off the ball here at the crucial time.
It's a simple error. Schoolboy error, actually, and he knows it. And so does that fella.
So does he. The next time we'll see Iestyn Harris on this ground, probably on Sky Sports, will be in the Four Nations. Week 3, I think. The Welsh will play the Australians here. They're hoping for a big Welsh contingent to come here and support them against the mighty Kangaroos. And Hudson, well, that was a good tackle actually by Ryan O'Hara. He was on the deck and he took Hudson's legs off him. Danny Orr.
Got to be careful. We talk about the indiscipline that's been throughout this season by the Crusaders. Got to make sure they don't give away a silly penalty. Deep into the tackle count.
McGoldrick, they're attacking that left-hand channel again. This time they stand firm. Withers comes infield to Mathers. Mathers then to Hudson. Not the best pass.
Went backwards.
And
it's a nice little kick, but it's too long.
Out on the full.
The idea was good. Jordan Tansey was in no man's land. Mathers knew it as well. He said that it went backwards. Look where Tansey was. If it had been a shorter kick, it would have been an easy try.
Maybe that's why Richie Mathers doesn't put in the kicks very often. It's worth a try, though.
Yeah, it was a walk-in, though, wasn't it, for Richard Owen? So they survive. Can they hang on for the full set of 6?
This is Vince Mellors, former junior Kiwi international, this fella, once upon a time, 2001, a decade ago.
Wait! Go!
Castleford now looking for the mistake.
Well, they've got the players out there, especially Lloyd White and Michael Witt.
Good tackle that by Danny Orr on Ryan O'Hara. Lincoln Withers, Richard Moore.
That was a good quick play of the ball.
That's a great run as well from Moore.
You could see that the Tigers were going backwards.
Last one here.
Got to be a good kick.
It's off the outside of the boot, right down the centre of the field. They're letting it bounce. Richie Mathers. Lucky to get away with that. Richard Owen to the rescue. Lloyd White was sniffing the opportunity.
Always an awkward kick, wasn't it? Under pressure. Eventually got there in the end. Now who's got the energy? Who's got the most gas left in the tank in this final quarter? It really has been a tough encounter between both sides, who are at times a little bit lackadaisical, but they've been getting back in numbers, and that takes its toll as well.
This has been a physical contest, all right. This is the last tackle. Oh, they're running it. It's found its way to Parker. He's no kicker either.
It's not a bad one. At least it's found terra firma, and they'll have to drag this out. Look at the
chase from Castleford, but the Crusaders players are really struggling to get behind the ball to bring it back, and that's what coaches go on about all the time, when you've got to just kick behind and back yourself in defence.
Crusaders trying to get the ball away from their own end.
Well, I've got my teeth.
More again. Yeah, they dropped him.
I've got my teeth back in now. It's
top set fell out.
Well, not quietly, but they dropped. Well, I dropped a clanger, and it's perhaps which side will come up with the same sort of thing. Only it may come down to an error. They've split the full-back and the wingers, but it's a bit too... Oh, it's hit the post!
You're going to tell me Michael Witt aimed for that?
No. But it is vital now for the home side to ensure they keep their control, and they've gone not standing square. The sucker punch, the kick, okay, it was fortunate. And you can see quite a... Yeah, he just didn't
find touch a second
time.
They've
not found touch again. Well, Danny Orr, that's very unusual, a man of that experience. Going for too much length.
Certainly is. It's giving me the impression now that no side wants to win it.
You know, you can place kick to touch, Eddie. Kirk Dixon probably could have kicked it farther, getting greater distance. There's no time pressure on them. They just needed the ball in their opponent's half. Almost like a goal kick, couldn't you? And it could have gone 50 metres, I guess, by doing it that way.
He's furious, Phil, Terry Maddison. He's every right to be. As Eddie's mentioned, that's the second error in the kicking for the penalty by Danny Orr.
Well, that's now the Tigers are defending. They should have been attacking up the other end, and there's chances here for the Crusaders because it's with Jordan Tansey, now Jared Zammett. Oh, there's a big hole here! Big collision also, Cahill. Penalty. Mathers.
Now, will they take the two?
I think Mathers is saying here that this man's not tackled, and he's got a point.
Yeah.
And the referee, I don't know whether the referee did say play on, but anyway. Here they come now with Head Cahill.
They're going for broke. That could have been a flop as well. That was very late onto the scene.
Withers and White. Witt.
Inside.
Chan.
He came too late, did Martin?
Sliding defence. Martin's now in a dummy half. Back it comes to Shivkovsky. Threatened to pass it inside. Took the tackle himself. Withers.
Will he go on his
in a
own?
dummy half. Now, what have they got here? Lloyd White. Back it comes. Tansy's gone without it. Knock on. And Witt is furious. And so, I fancy, is Yistin.
And he knows they had the overlap. Well, he's had a fine first half, hasn't he, Jordan Tansey, but a little bit astray in the second stanza.
Well, actually, Terry, do you think it's passing accuracy that's the difference then between the top teams and the bottom? Because I know they all spend about the same amount of time on fitness and strength and things like that. Is that the difference at this level?
Probably as well the execution of some of the players, but the pressure that they're putting themselves under. Phil, Jordan Tansey, we've seen him this evening catch a number of balls that go behind him. There was a 2-on-1 there. He had a little look up and he knew that he could have got to Richard Owen, probably created a try for Crusaders, but it's the pressure that they put themselves under, Phil. That's why I think that people come up with mistakes in games.
And the bottom of the table, the Crusaders, you know, they're desperate to end this seven-game run.
It's very rare that you see it in training. Now again, they're giving penalties away. We said before the game about the ill-discipline, and that's what's been costing them in games this year.
And I take you back a few moments before. Remember, they took the tap. Would they have been better served to have taken the 2 points, to have stretched it to a 4-point lead? It may come back to bite them.
Castleford fans cheering ironically that ball from the penalty made its way into the stands. Ferris plays the ball. Here is Danny Orr. Flicks it up to Jackson.
We kept saying it, neither side, when they've got into the opposition danger zone, have been able to sort of camp down there and control the game. And they've done it again.
That's an awful pass from Danny Orr.
It should have been taken, though, Eddie. Should have been taken. I know Jordan Thompson just came off the arm, but the idea was there.
Shivkovsky again. Needs someone to get this game by the scruff of the neck in the last 11 minutes.
Yeah, win it. Common sense, that's what's needed.
Richard Moore. Gets to his feet just inside the Castleford half. Big collision. Great offload as it happens. Here goes O'Hara again. Parker gets him down on the last.
What a great offload there by Hep Cahill.
Tansey. Straight up and down this. Collected by Martin. Flicked backwards. Flicked everywhere. Knocked on. Turnover.
Well, it wasn't the best kick, was it, by Jordan Tansey? It barely moved more than 2 or 3 meters forward. It's strung with errors over the last 15 minutes. No one seems to want to grab this game by the scruff of the neck. Still plenty of time, 10 minutes.
Ferris handed down by Lincoln Withers. Sorry, Phil.
The Tigers have missed some of the big men, haven't they, in the middle of the field to go forward. People like Jake Emmett, you mentioned Craig Hubie not out there. So the Crusaders can keep them at this end of the field. They've got probably enough chance because the Tigers are dangerous when they get close to opponent's try line. Jordan Thompson takes it over the halfway line, but with 3 plays to go, I don't know whether they'll get there in this set.
Here's McGoldrick. Ferris, flick pass, lost by Mathers. Play on because they have it back in the shape of Ben Flower.
Well, there's one player that we have not mentioned, Phil, and that, of course, is Rangi Chase, and I think he would have added a lot more spark to this Tigers outfit tonight. He's not there. But now, can they just... There's a flick. That's a knock-on, but he's allowed play on. Good play by Ben Thaler.
Could have been a knock-on there by Jared Samet, couldn't it? I think the ball went backwards off. Oh, hang on, there's a problem here for Darryl Clark. Rob Parker called immediately and said there's a problem here.
A head injury, mate, there. Right there.
Look at this. There's the tackle, and they're thinking he drops on him.
Yeah, the weight of the head, yeah.
Here it is now, look. Now, is this a knock-on by Mathers? There.
Yes, it's a knock-on by Mathers. It's as simple as that.
And then a knock-on by Samet.
Yeah, but that should have been a scrum, but the referee said, well, they've regained it. Instead of slowing the game down and putting the scrum down,
Tackle 3. Okay, go.
he's got it right. Sometimes I don't mind having that to let him play on.
After a double knock-on, you're happy that it carries on, do you?
Hey, I haven't got the whistle.
Thank goodness. Winterstein here, and Lincoln with us. Here comes Ben Flower, he gets the pass away. It's the turnover. Ryan O'Hara went for the power play, and Darrell Clark's in all sorts of strife.
Yeah, he doesn't know where he is, the lad. I mean, he's in the wars, that's for sure. But again, would Justin Harris have called out for the power play? What was wrong with a little dink into the in-goal area and run the risk that you may be able to get the ball back from the dropout? I'm afraid there's not a lot of brains working out there at the moment. Too much brawn.
There's plenty of that. Youngquest goes down. Tackle number 2. Richard Owen.
Well done. Now he's all right.
Kirk Dixon.
Got to be careful. Don't be silly. Give away a penalty. Make yourself square. They've got away with it.
Davis again with that drive.
Chip over the top.
Well, the fullback has moved deep. So Orr spotted that, chipped it towards the in-goal area. That's a good kick. Tansey's got to work it away. Good defence from Castleford. Now they're asking for a knock-on. Arundel says that was a knock-on by Tansey. The referee and touch judge are unimpressed.
Did he lose control? He did, but it was going backwards and he regathered. Good work by the touch judge.
7 minutes remaining, 2 points in it. Reardon hands the ball off. Arundel eventually with Parker.
Neither side are winning the play the ball battle. You can tell when a team's winning the play the ball battle, the amount of time that the dummy half runner will run.
Chance here for Winterstein.
That was a wonderful offload there by Vince Mellors. We've got so much quality.
Last one here for the Crusaders. Witt
got to get the kick away.
He kicked it in the end. Youngquest.
What would he give to score the winning try against his old club? Discipline now.
Thompson again.
It's getting to that point where the Tigers realise they might have to do something a little bit different. Mentioning the fact that the fullback's way deep. Chip over the top as an opportunity.
Arundel spins to the ground on tackle number 4. Richard Owen. Danny Orr showed it, gave it to Mathers. It's opened up for Mathers.
Oh,
lost it, Mathers.
Well, he's not showing much emotion, Terry Madison, but I can assure you, deep inside that body. And was this deliberately reached out? It was, but I suppose it was one-on-one. By the time the ball...
He's called it a loose carry, the referee.
Yeah. Won't be head and feed. Shake of the head, confusion. Who would be a coach?
Get around the back, get on with it, you're attacking, so come on, let's form it, please.
83 wins, 83 defeats, 4 draws for Terry Matheson in his time at Castleford. And I think he's had enough. I think Terry's on his way home. Are you on your way? No, you're still here, Terry.
He's very, very frustrated. They're creating chance, and Richie Mathers, all he had to do really was play direct, straighten up the defenders, and that pass was on. Just hold on to the ball and play the next play.
Well, can Castleford snatch this? Can Crusaders seal it? 5 minutes to go.
I think the Crusaders have realised that all they have to do is just battle them down, get into a good field position. Nothing fancy. They don't have to try to offload. Okay, it's only 2 points the difference, but I'd rather be in their position rather than the Tigers.
Nice tackle here, and that's why Witt just drills the ball down the line and finds touch. That'll do them.
Yeah, he's had a fine game. And
he's been good for the Crusaders this year. He's only missed one. Well, Terry's back.
He can't find his keys.
The coach looking for the coach.
I don't think it was the keys he was looking for, maybe a gun.
Keep working hard.
I think, Eddie, they'll try again, you know, to run from acting out back as quickly as they can and maybe attempt to catch the Crusaders defenders or the markers not square. A penalty is probably the only help they can get in this set. To get themselves into a position on the next set then to score, doesn't it? Richard Owen tries that.
Well, they're all trying, they're all talking to the officials saying that they weren't standing square and they're interfering. It's sheer desperation on both sides.
Move! Go.
On the bounce to McGoldrick.
Help! Move far!
McGoldrick is wrestled to the floor.
He's all right. Back.
Oh, a little offload. Mathers picks it up, Danny Orr. And he keeps it going back to Mathers. Samet gets to him. This is Thompson again. But Crusaders, they are scrambling for this victory that is just about 3.5 minutes away. Another high kick from Danny Orr, straight up and down. Oh, Tanzi's knocked that forward.
That'll be a penalty. Well, it took it from in front. That should be a penalty. The Tigers are forming the scrum as quickly as possible. There's Tanzi with the error.
Should be a penalty.
That's a
penalty.
penalty.
Yeah, should have been.
It is.
Well, he had a fine first half, didn't he, Jordan Tanzi? They put in a lot of pressure, did the Tigers, early on.
Well, they'll be sick as chips, the Crusaders, if this comes down to a match-winning try. Ferris, they don't really deserve to be on the losing side. The Crusaders! And that was nearly a very telling dart by Darrell Clark.
That to be another penalty, Eddie, the length of time they held him down for.
That could have been as well for a high shot on Stuart Jones. They're inching towards this Crusaders try line. There's a big gap there, and Parker exploits it.
He hasn't got it down, he's close. He's going to have a look, but I think he's about half an inch away.
I think at some point the ball may be on the ground. Can you just check that, Rich?
I don't think Parker's convinced either.
He's saying that there might be some part of the ball on the ground. Will he just check it, Richard Silverwood?
He's short.
And there is. Well, is he short or is he on the whitewash? The Castleford fans have seen that on the big screen. They think this is a try.
Yeah, but it's short of the line.
No.
Can't be a try if it's still in the field of play.
The trouble is, Steve, is that I'm just having a look. There are two lines out there. One's the soccer ground line. That's the try line.
Well, I'm with Steve.
I don't think he's got it down. He's short.
I think it's there. It's on the line. It's there. That dark green line is the soccer line.
6-yard box, isn't it? That.
Yeah, but
it is. You're right. Yeah,
but the first impact, as he shuffled over, the first impact I think is short. Right?
It's all his momentum of his body. It's not a second movement.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. It's up to Richard Silverwood.
It's another Saturday night argument in the commentary box.
I think that's a clear indication, isn't it?
Do you think this is going to be the try that will pinch the win for the Tigers? What did Richard Silverwood say? Oh, he has got it, Rob Parker. He has scored the try. And Euston Harris must feel absolutely disconsolate. I don't think Terry Matherson's too impressed either. But there was a big gap in the defensive line when this played the ball. Look at it, there it is. And Parker spotted it.
Not only that, he ran at the official. It's an old ploy. They've done it for years and years, but it run right towards the official. And sometimes it's that split second. Samet tried everything. He claps their hands and says, see, I knew he'd come back. He cannot believe it. How many times this year has the Crusaders been in a winning position and they have blown it with only minutes remaining? Full credit to Parker. It was short there, but momentum got over. Richard Silverwood, the video referee, said that's good enough for me. And they are celebrating in the stands here.
They're delighted, and they will look back on this and they'll say that the two lone players, Ben Davis and Rob Parker, have won this game for the Castleford Tigers. Dixon, important milestone, 250 career goals if he kicks this. More importantly, a victory for the Tigers if he kicks it, and he does. 20 points to 24. Castleford, they're ahead. There are only seconds remaining. No wonder they've got their heads on their hands. Oh, there's 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I don't know which clock you were looking at there, Eddie. Get another battery in it. They've got to go for the short kick, haven't they? And rather surprisingly, the Tigers' defence, they're deep.
They're very deep. They're very deep. No one's moving forward. There's a big hole down here in front of us.
I can't believe it. Look at Daryl Clark. He's right on that 40-metre line, 10 minutes away. Look at that huge gap. That's where they'll try to kick. Now the message has got out. You can see that Daryl Clark has moved into that centre, and they've gone for it. They might come up with it.
Oh, that's well claimed. Well claimed by the young man.
Under pressure. And you've got to give full credit, you know, to the coach, Terry Matheson, mainly due to the fact that Daryl Clark was in the wrong position there. There was a big hole. Matheson got the message out. Clark came back and he came up trumps, and then the Crusaders have tried to pinch it, messing around, won't release, give away the penalty. It's all over now.
Well, Jordan James, he genuinely thought that he had the ball. That's why he wouldn't release the ball. Unfortunately, it gives the penalty. And again, Castleford, 43 metres from Crusaders' line.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if Terry Matheson will say to himself, I don't know how we've won this.
I think Justin Harris will be saying, I don't know how we've lost it.
Yeah, and he's done that a few...
Remember, was it Leeds? They got beat right on the buzzer.
They've done it a few times this year of the Crusaders.
Well, they've had the half-time lead twice in this awful losing run of theirs. Oh,
it's got to be a penalty.
It is a penalty. It was knocked out.
They'll go for 2 points. It's all over.
The Tigers know that they've won it now.
Yeah.
And so does Justin Harris.
He tried his damnedest, didn't he, Lincoln Withers, but there were too many people around. Withers tried to flick it up, but he wasn't going to kid the man with the whistle.
And they'll take the 2 on offer. They'll just run the clock down.
Yep.
They'll have the victory. They have the victory anyway, but there will be no histrionics. There will be no chances taken, and they will be disconsolate. The Crusaders thought it was theirs. It was, with around about 2 minutes to go. And 2 lone players, Davis and Parker, have scored the tries that have won this match for the Castleford Tigers.
And fair play to the man, especially the prop forward Rob Parker. He's done a good job for them since he came to the Tigers. He's had a big game tonight.
He's played 3 games in about 10 days, hasn't he? Because he had the debut at Wigan off the bench. Then he played last week. And he's played this.
And he's certainly played his part. Come up with a vital try.
Well, he scored the try, yeah.
Yep.
So Dixon then. To just put a little gloss on the victory. 2 points extra for Dixon, 2 points extra for Castleford in the match. 26-20. The Tigers fans will go home happy. The 3rd time in the last 4 home games that the Crusaders have lost by 6 points or less here. And the referee has called time off with 1 second remaining. He wants a ball. It's behind you, Ben Thaler.
Still a chance of a draw here, Eddie.
Yes,
there's still a chance of a draw.
Yeah, but they've got to take the ball on the fly from the kickoff. They can't afford, they won't be able to have a tackle. So it's got to be a high one, take it on the fly, score underneath the post. Wow. What a finish, what a finish.
Seen loads of those.
Do you want to have a bet?
Seen that happen so often.
Or will Shipkowski?
You guys will be apologising to me if this comes off here now.
Gone the other way, there's the siren. And it's not
the chance was there, wasn't it?
Well, they have played their get out of jail card tonight. Those supporters know that. It has not been a great performance from Castleford. It has been a physical performance from the Crusaders. Could have gone either way. Remember, on the nod of the video referee, Castleford got their try. And on a video referee decision at the other end, a Ryan O'Hara touchdown was ruled out for offside. Correctly, it has to be said, on both occasions. But they must feel like they're never going to win again, the Crusaders. As I say, it's not happened. It's not the first time it's happened. The 3rd time in their last 4 home games that the Crusaders have lost by only the margin of a converted try. Losing is a habit.
Certainly is, Eddie, and he's going to be very difficult for the Crusaders coach, Justin Harris, to lift the spirits. You talk about the stats that you just explained there, and it's not going to be easy, but they played well. But Castleford finished up with the spoils.
They have, and